They're both on Zoom, and the links should be available in those emails. So look for those. His Majesty and I are glad to finally be home in the lands of Northshield, where the lakes are cold and the breezes are strong and the cheese curds are squeaky, although I don't have any at the moment, so I feel a little left out not being in Wisconsin. Anyway, we are sad that we cannot be together in person for Dub Dub. Much of the allure of being Dub Dub Court lies within the authentic court experience. To enable this, we have mandated that everyone get a mild sunburn and be a little dehydrated. I hope you've done that today. Consider watching court in your bathroom with the shower on full blast, a humid and sticky Dub Dub is a real Dub Dub. You can also turn on the white noise machine to a very loud thunderstorm setting if you have such a thing. Or you can simply watch court outside, but I'm not doing that. So air conditioning is nice. Anyway, Majesty.
Just make sure that you've checked your mailboxes. We were going to send you a complimentary box of mosquitoes just for that authentic Dub Dub experience. They're the kingdom bird of Northshield, so we want to make sure that you have those. Oh wait, I forgot, I didn't mail those. Sorry about that. Otherwise, you'd have that real authentic experience. Please remember, if you can't hear the Herald, well, just turn up your speakers. It does have some perks to having an ethereal court. On that note, we're hopeful that we can find our gesture in that elusive key thong. We've heard from reliable sources that the gesture may have been injured by the key thong, by the spikes of the key thong. So an abundance of caution, we brought along our heavily armed baronage to protect us in these very dangerous times, and from our rogue gesture and that mysterious key thong. So for now, let's get on with our court.
Your Majesties, I believe their Excellencies Joyce and Toussaint of Yara Vettler have some business to conduct in your court. May they proceed?
Yes.
Ajax, do you want me to mute while
Here opens the court of their Piscine Excellencies, Toussaint and Joyce, Baron and Baroness of Yara Vettler.
Thank you, Calamus. Please call forth the first recipient.
Their Excellencies summon Catherine Ingen Alasdair.
Thank you for joining us, Catherine, both today in this court and for having found us in the SCA. Though your time here has not yet spanned many years, you've made quite a start in the time you have had. I hear you came for a tour at Dub Dub with your family and were so intrigued that you paid the site fees and stayed? Is it also true that you've started in both archery and rapier and that you helped with setup and takedown for TOC?
That is true, Your Excellencies.
We're very grateful for all your involvement, and we have an order for people who jump in with both feet like that.
For Catherine Ingen Alasdair, in order of the award, introduction to the Order of the Zephyrus. Scroll by Katie and Blakebreaker. For Catherine, Skoll.
Skull.
Skull! Skull!
Thank you. Please
Great.
call the next recipient.
Their Excellencies, call forth John Bartholomew of Flanders, called Jack.
Hello, Jack. I'm grateful that you were able to join us today. For many years, you have been helping the next generation of warriors hone their skills in combat. Particularly, many have seen you outfit and instruct participants, marshal, and otherwise make youth combat practices possible in this barony and at events. Many are grateful for your works, both youth and their parents, and have told us how they appreciate all that you have done. Though not specifically a guild, we think this is the most suitable award in the barony to thank you for these endeavors.
For Jack, the Order of Alistair's Lamp, for his work with youth combat. For the Honorable Lord Jack, Skull.
Skull.
Goal.
Thank you, Your Excellencies.
You're most welcome.
Their Excellencies, call forth Myrna Inyan Economy.
I'm here, Your Excellencies.
Thank you. We're so glad you could join us. Myrna, before the plague, plagued us, you shared your singing skills and became our bardic champion. Far from just taking this as a passive honor, you had started a bardic gathering, encouraging others to sing, share stories, or even just listen. Though we are not currently able to gather in this way at the moment, we see this encouragement and fostering of growth of an activity as a most worthy endeavor, and we wish to honor you.
Thank you, Your Excellencies.
For Myrna Inyan Economy, the Order of Alistair's Lamp, for her work with the bardic community. For Lady Myrna, Skull.
Goal.
Skull.
Thank you.
Their Excellencies, call forth Helena Caxton.
Elena, you have served the barony for many years, often as a facilitator of activities. You planned and encouraged needle arts meetings on campus so that students might be more able to join us, and recently you started monthly meetings for practitioners of diverse crafts to meet and work together at the Crucible. And now you're adapting to the current issues and holding online ANS meetings. For your long and ongoing service to Yara, we wish to thank you.
For constant and enduring assistance and encouragement to the artisans of the barony, for her efforts in helping with Needle Arts Guild, and in starting and hosting a baronial crafting monthly gathering. We do bestow upon Helena an award of the Wellspring. Scroll by Cosimo di Cellini, for Lady Helena, Skull.
Goal.
Skull.
Their Excellencies, call forth Inera Applegate.
Hello, Your Excellencies.
Hello, Anera. Good to see you. You've been a constant force in this barony, from starting new events to putting in more event bids and proposals than I can count, to encouraging and supporting others in their roles to help make events happen. You are ceaselessly doing, encouraging, building, and we wish to recognize you for that.
As water brings fruit to the land, our populace is essential. In lending skills to tasks at hand, bounty flows from worthy gentles. The Barony Yara Vettler, with service heaped upon our plate, so now award a wellspring here to one Inera Applegate. Scroll, with hippos, by Seda Arwa Aljanea, for the Honorable Lady Inera, Skull.
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 Thank you, Your Excellencies.
We thought you'd love the hippos. She did a wonderful job on them.
Those are wonderful.
Their Excellencies, call forth Gunther Kegslayer.
Hello.
Hello, Gunther. You have helped the group in many ways over the years. You have autocrated, marshaled, and held list polls on numerous occasions. But that is not why we have called you here today. Not only are you known kingdom-wide as a fine host for travelers, but you also have encouraged newer and student members by offering to pay their site fees to local events. Therefore, we wish to recognize you with this.
For Sir Gunther Kegslayer, the Order of the Silken Purse. Scroll by Thomas Townsend. For Sir Gunther, Skoll.
Go.
Skull.
Love the guests in the background.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
You are most welcome, Gunther.
We greatly appreciate that you could be here with us today to receive these honors. We will make arrangements with each of you to deliver these works of our talented artisans. Many thanks to the scribes and craftspeople who created these items for this court. Stay safe, everyone. We look forward to seeing you down the road. Calamus, if you would, please.
Here closes the court of Toussaint and Joyce, Baron and Baroness of Yara Vetler.
Your Majesties, Their Excellencies Gabriel and Colleen of Nordscogan have business in your court. May they proceed?
Yes, of
Absolutely.
course.
Here opens the court of Gabriel and Colleen, Baron and Baroness of Nordscogan.
Thank you, Your Majesties. Good evening, all. Our hearts are warmed to see or not see you all here this evening, and I admit it's a new experience not to be overly warm in body after a long day of dub-dub. We hope that those of you who participated in today's online activities had fun, and it sounds like there's going to be post-revels later. Thank you again to Baron Basili for organizing and everyone who taught and hosted and will host activities. Even though we're having our gatherings on hold due to, well, everything, we still want to recognize the good works of a number of our people and our populace. Harold, would you please call forth our rapier and cut and thrust champion?
Their Excellencies call forth their rapier and cut and thrust champion, Lady Halesius Mort Darbor.
Hello, Your Excellencies.
Ah, Halesius. So, here's my problem. With so much on hold, did you really think that we would let you just get away with sitting in our court looking dashing and fashionable?
Yes, Your Majesty. Or Your Excellency. I'm sorry.
Yay, promotion.
Got me all flustered.
Okay, so
I just dropped my coronet. So
wow, Her Excellency is excited. So, all right, you have been hosting fencing salons.
Mhm.
You have been encouraging others to fence. This is true, right? Even now.
I do try, Your Excellencies.
All right.
Well, we thought that we might actually recognize you for sitting there and looking dashing and fashionable. Harold?
To be well-dressed is no small feat of skill and determination as well as artistry. It has come to our attention that Halesius Mort Darbor diligently studies the tailor's techniques, adapting them to create garb that delights the eyes and serves its wearer well. It is our pleasure to recognize her efforts with this award of the Heliotrope.
Thank you, Your Excellencies. I'm very honored. I
We're
will continue to do my part. Wearing very flashy garb. It's a hardship, but I will continue to endure
You
it.
know, I look forward to talking with you later about flashy garb.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellencies.
And the award is still in progress, but it will be revealed to you later.
Perfect.
For Halesius, Skoll.
Oh.
Their Excellencies invite the presence of Lord James Windover.
Uh-oh.
Well, hello there. So, one of the joys of being a territorial baroness or baron, especially at an event like Warriors and Warlords normally, is being fully immersed in the day's activities, trying to see and do as much as possible with a busy schedule, but sometimes it becomes a blur and there are always many things that we do not have a chance to see. So this award is a thank you to you for making it possible for us to see the things that we missed and remember the things that we couldn't capture ourselves. Harold?
Capturing memories to share with those far and near while remaining unobtrusive is a great service to all. Those who perform service to the Barony of Nordscogan but reside outside its borders are especially valued. James Windover has long shared his art and time to ensure that moments, grand to quiet, from serious to silly, will be with us for years to come. Therefore, we, Gabriel and Colleen, Baron and Baroness of Nordscogan, protectors of Nordley and Blackmore, enter him into our Order of the Silver Snowdrift.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
You are most welcome. Thank you for everything. And you know that we ask of you a great deal sometimes, and we really do appreciate this.
The scroll is made by Petronella Fitzallen of Weston, calligraphy, and Ariana De Luca did the painting.
For James, skull.
Skull.
Skull. Skull.
So, had this year gone as planned, this would have been our second Warriors and Warlords as Nordscogan's Baron and Baroness. Last year was first, and as first things go, it came with a few speed bumps. When Her Excellency put out the call for aid in raising the Baronial Pavilion, when His Excellency was in air conditioning and she was upset, which was to be a meeting place and shady oasis for the event, a mighty force heeded her call. Mighty, but not particularly tall, because the kingdom's kid herd came to the rescue. When additional award recommendations arrived for 4 particular members of the kid gnome herd, the awe-inspiring kid gnome herd, we were moved to recognize them. Harold, would you please call the first of the gnomes?
Their Excellencies call forth Jimena Tiones.
Hello, Your Excellencies.
Whoa. Harold, go ahead.
Service is the foundation upon which our society is built. For her joyful service to the Barony of Nordscogan, do we, Gabriel and Colleen, Baron and Baroness, bestow upon Jimena Tiones this award of the Baton Ghoul.
The award was made by Cecily of York.
For Jimena, skull.
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 After you guys are done, stick around. We're gonna talk here for a second. Harold.
Their Excellencies call forth Roisin.
Hello, Your Excellencies.
Roisin the waving.
Welcome, Roisin.
You guys can move around a little bit, you know. Harold, go ahead.
It is rare and generous person who steps in to help others work on what would otherwise be a day of leisure, and those who do such service earn the gratitude of many, though it may appear at first to go unnoticed. Nordscogan holds many gatherings, when nature permits, which rely on volunteers willing to give their time in this way, and we have seen one, Roisin, do so constantly with a joyful heart. Baron Gabriel and Baroness Colleen thus make her an award of the Baton Ghoul.
The award was made by Amory Faramay.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
For Roisin, skull.
Skull.
Their Excellencies invite Zeno Remus into their court.
You right.
All right, another one. Harold, let's just keep this one going.
For service to the barony in all manner of tasks, faring neither dowsing by dishwater at Twelfth Night, nor tripping on tent ropes at warriors and warlords, always with energy and humor to inspire others, do Baron Gabriel and Baroness Colleen of Nordscogan gladly make this award of the Baton Ghoul to Zeno Remius.
And the award was made again by Amory Faramay.
For Zeno, Skoll.
Skoll.
Their Excellencies invite into their court Sebastian.
One to go. Welcome, Sebastian.
Hello, Your Excellencies.
For willing service to the barony in any capacity requested, especially good-humored aid with raising the baronial pavilion at Warriors and Warlords last, and always spreading happiness as he serves, their Excellencies Baroness Colleen and Baron Gabriel do make this award of the Baton Ghoul to Sebastian.
So let me say this real quick. This is the coolest dice bag ever. And Fairy Elf made it, and he put some dice in there. And unfortunately, it was only 1d6, and I'm sitting here arguing whether or not you need 3d6 instead of just one. But
all right.
Well, I got a bag. I'll throw a couple more in there for you. But yes, thank you very much.
For Sebastian, Skoll.
Skoll.
Skoll. Thank you, all four of you. You have each stepped up to do what needed doing in so many ways. Always with a smile, always with good humor. It is a joy to work with you in this game. We see the hard work that you do, and we are so lucky to have you in our barony. Thank you.
Thank you all sincerely. It's great to have you guys around. You're welcome.
You may take your ease.
And I think, good Harold?
Their Excellencies now call into their court Dame Rosenor of Redthorn.
Here I am.
Welcome, Rosenor.
Hi.
So, you are one of our longest term members and citizens. Yeah. You have collected, I believe, nearly the full set of baronial awards.
I think you might be missing the Azure Gauntlet.
I mean, combat dancing.
Combat dancing isn't really a thing.
No,
and yet we receive heartfelt recommendations for you on the regular. This is because you have served the barony continuously and with such dedication as, let's see here, shadowing,
dance,
event steward,
chronicler, which is near to dear in her heart,
information point at Warriors and Warlords.
I lost track.
I wasn't here for the first set. So, because you have done all this work and you continue to do all this work, we wanted to give you a special commendation today. Harold?
Please, in proper way.
Oh, sing to us, O bards, and play tambour, that we may join and dance our heart's content, to hear of all the feats of Rosenor, of Redthorn, yea, our chronicler, our friend. Oh, let us leap in joy, lift high, dance haute, and let us glide and step to the dance bassa. La Spagnoletta, volta, note by note, pavane and galliard, sauté and cross. Oh, play the crumhorn, clavichord, and lute, and sing a madrigal, a lie, a lead, and write a lyric none will e'er refute, of Rosenor's great works in word and deed. Though she has earned it all, we take our pen and give to her this honor yet again.
The text was composed by Theo Whitakers, and the award was made by Murin Ingen Erkley.
And to be honest with you, Rosenor, once you started talking about dance steps, I have no idea what they were talking about, but I was pretty good with crumhorn, clavichord, and lute. I was good with that one. Thank you, and my sincere thanks. You make this easy. You make our barony, our roles here easy. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For Rosenor, Skoll.
Skoll!
So, thank you all for, I had something to say and I lost it.
Thank you all for joining us tonight.
Yes.
That is the end of our business.
Without the people here in both that we have made awards to, and basically everyone here listening, here watching in the future, our barony, our kingdom, and the society would be less bright. We are saddened not to see you all in person. We are saddened not to drink around a campfire. We are saddened not to watch Gabriel get very drunk. Oh, wait, hold on. Hope that you all are well and maintain well and stay safe. And we look forward to seeing you as soon as we can. Harold?
Here closes the court of Gabriel and Colleen, Baron and Baroness of Nordscogan.
Are we muted?
Commemorates this momentous occasion.
Awesome. Please, can we see it?
Probably.
All right. Well, that was awesome. Congratulations to all the graduates, and I hope that you have nothing but success. And so I just wanted to be able to share this time with you and congratulate you once again for the hard work that you put into bettering yourself. Also at this time, we would like to have someone talk to us about the ANS exchange. So Catriona, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Would you like to share with us more about the ANS exchange?
Sure, I'd be delighted to. The Northshield Arts and Sciences Exchange started in 2013 and has been going strong ever since. Up at this point, we just finished our 19th round and we have had almost 300 artisans participate with almost 600 projects being completed and handed out throughout the kingdom. The next round is going to be starting on later on in August, and then that one will run until November. And if anybody is interested in learning more how to join up, they can go ahead and find us on Facebook at the Northshield Arts and Sciences Exchange Group.
Awesome. Is there any other way that we could find out more information, or is it just on Facebook?
They can also send an email, which I can actually post in the Kingdom Facebook group.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
For the Arts and Science Exchange, Vivant.
Vivant.
Harold, can you please call in our first participant?
Their Majesties invite into their court Morgaine Scott Blood in absentia.
So Morgaine wasn't able to help us or be here today. She had real life duties to take care of, and so we totally understand that, and we want to still give her this award. So we just want to mention some of the things that we've noticed and wanted to share with everybody. That she's been just started as our Eastern Regional Seneschal. She stepped into a difficult situation there and handled it with grace and efficiency. She helped out with that problem there and solved it quickly. She's known as a pillar of our kingdom and her region, and has been the group her local seneschal and her group for 8 years, or 96 months if you're counting. And when she stepped down as seneschal, she stepped right into the next role as the MOS. So she's been nothing but reliant and helpful, and a balance in her balances both her SCA life and her real life. And she models extreme grace and understanding in all things. So we wanted to do this for her.
Kieran and Ellis, rulers of Northshield, raised this monument for Morgaine Scott Blood and her entry into the Order of the Hand of Tyr. Scroll by Garether Colbinson.
So for Morgaine, Vivant.
Vivant.
Welcome to the order.
Yeah, welcome to the
Welcome
order.
to the order. Their Majesties summon into their court Ronan the Bowleg.
I know he's here.
I'm here.
Greetings,
Come on,
everyone. How are you?
Majesty.
Good. We've heard many good things about what you've done for the archery community in Northshield, which is a very important community to us. You've been an MIC and you've helped run inspections all the time at events. And last year you ran the thrown weapons at the range at Dub Dub. And we've heard that you sacrificed a lot of your time spending it at the range and making sure that everyone who participated had an excellent time. You were always helping. The most helpful person. We heard from a lot of people say that you were super helpful in setup and tear down and hauling things and doing whatever was required. So in order to honor you, we'd like to do this.
Proclaim our word so that the people will know the will of Kieran and Ellis, Ree and Banrian of mighty Northshield. Having noticed the extraordinary services of the intimidating, awe-inspiring, powerful, the pleasurable, and indestructible Ronan the Bowleg, his long hours spent on the archery and thrones weapons ranges, which have greatly enriched our kingdom and helped build our missile activities. We have therefore, on the occasion of this ethereal court, ring the gong and declare that he had brought honor upon his whole family, upon his cow, and upon himself, and thus reward his dedication by granting him entrance into our Order of the Hand of Tyr. You brought honor to your cow! That's amazing!
Yes. I'm sorry.
Is there a cow story?
Oh.
Boom.
I actually do have a plush cow called Sihafu, which is Icelandic for sleepy.
Nice.
And,
Well, we're glad to. Oh,
and
sorry.
he's clad in scale mail armor and hand sewn clothing.
Excellent.
And carries a spear and shield. I'm very honored, Your Majesties. I'm sorry, this is the first time I'm ever tearing up on an award.
Oh, well, you're very deserving, and we were glad that we could do this for you today. Sorry, we couldn't do it in person.
Oh, by the way, I'll make sure the hand tier is properly sanitized and always washed.
Okay, good. Welcome to the order. And for Ronan, vivat.
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 Welcome
to the order.
Thank you. And it's a little hot here.
Their Majesties summon into their court Annecha van Leuven.
I'm here, Your Majesty.
Annecha, how you doing?
Doing okay.
Good.
Every
Okay, but so I wanted to ask you a little bit. Can you tell me about the time and effort that you put into helping our kingdom's arts and science?
Oh, well, I was privileged to serve as the Kingdom Arts and Sciences Minister for 2 years, and worked to approach newcomers with information that they might start their clothing, inspired by the heralds, of course, running clothing consulting tables, and also discovered a need to have a better way to reflect the range of activities that the artists of Northshield do. So wanted to be more inclusive of everyone. And so we reformatted, along with my deputies, and Berenice Calvina, who is my successor, was instrumental in that. And Viscountess Leila was also. And we redeveloped the whole structure of the ANS event, and not only had competition, but her also had ways to get people to display and to encourage everyone. And I was just so thrilled with how many people wanted to participate. And so I will always be available to help in the office, and will, in whatever way Berenice would like, and will also continue to bring books for clothing consulting and graph paper, and will endeavor to support everyone and to reach out to the Marshall community to help them make soft kit, because I can sew, and so I will work on that as well to create bridges to every community, because we are all.
Well, it sounds like you've done a lot. I mean, that's an amazing accomplishment that you've done for our kingdom, and we want to tell you how much we appreciate that, and how much you've made our kingdom better, and all that you're doing, and that the fact that you're going to continue to do that. So we're like-minded to do this.
Kieran and Ellis raise this monument to Annecha van Leuven in memory of her entry into the Order of the Hand of Tyr. Scroll by Gurther.
Oh my, thank you.
It's well deserved, obviously.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you for all your hard work. You've done an excellent job.
Yep.
You should be very proud.
Wonderful to hear.
We're very privileged to have you help in everything that you've done, and it's the least we could do. So thank you so much for everything you've done. For Annecha, vivat.
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 Vivat. Welcome to the order.
Welcome to the order.
Thank you.
Their Majesties summon into their court Basili Bosla I Krakoa.
I am here, Your Majesty.
Greetings, Basili. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Excellent. Have you had a good day running classes and things?
It's been a great day. We've had some great participation and almost no technical glitches, so it's been great.
That is good. That's kind of rare these days. Seems like every time we do this, we have some sort of glitch of some sort.
Yes, knock on wood.
Yes, got that. That's not necessarily the reason we brought you here today. We have been watching you for a while, and we've noticed how awesome you are on the rapier field and how excellent you are at teaching and helping everyone do their thing and make everything better. And you're always a pleasure. People have said you're always a pleasure to fight and always a joy to associate with. And we would like to do this for you.
Let it be known far and wide that Banrian Ellis and Ree Kieran, wise rulers of Northshield, have seen the skill and beauty that Basili Bosla I Krakawa brings to the rapier field, and so we are minded to enter him into the Order Kirkini Vitruvii.
Oh my.
Yes, we really felt that you, it was time to enter into the order. So.
I'm humbled. Thank you very much.
Excellent. So for Basili, Vivat.
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 Thank you.
Their Majesties summon into their court James Applegate.
Hello, Your Majesties.
Hello.
Hi, James. How are you?
Not bad. How's it going?
Going well. So, I had some questions for you. I was wondering if you could help me out. We understand that you do quite a bit of research into the recreation of chivalric traits. I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit more about that.
Oh, just in general period chivalry. Yeah, so I study everything from 14th century chivalry and later, earlier, the general virtues and the point and position of the chivalry in history and the nobility in general. I have my favorites, of course. Absolutely everybody knows that I am kind of a William Marshall fanboy, amongst others. But, yep.
Well, could you just elaborate a little bit on the ones that you like and what you've discovered in your research?
So generally speaking, I've spent a lot of time researching William Marshall, the Marshall family in general, his impact both on chivalry in period and aside from just general history. Other favorites, William Debar, the Younger and the Elder, who are contemporaries with Marshall, both of which were also accounted as flowers of chivalry and also called the greatest knights in history. Unfortunately, we don't know a whole lot about them because nobody wrote a biography about them like Marshall did, or I should say that was written about Marshall, which his history was commissioned by his son, William Marshall the Younger, and his squire, John de Early, was actually one of the principal sources. It was written by a man named John that we believe was from the Limousin region in France, because that was the dialect that the history was written in. Yeah, I mean, so without going into a ridiculous long dissertation that will just make everybody go, wow, you're a geek. Yeah.
Well, obviously, you have great passion and knowledge in this subject, and it's infectious, and we want to just let you know that because of that, we wanted to do this.
Unto all to whom these present letters come, Ree Kieran and Banrian Ellis, lawful rulers of Northshield, send greetings. Sir James Applegate has made himself known to us and to our populace through his extensive research of all matters chivalry and period. It is our pleasure to hereby invite him into the Order of the Bridget's Flame.
Wow.
So thank you so much for all that you've done for our kingdom in this regard. We know that you've really tried to inspire and help share your knowledge with everyone, and it's well appreciated, and we can't tell you how much we thank you for that.
Thank you, Your Majesty. I'm humbled.
For James, Vivat.
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 This scroll was by Amory Verme. Their Majesties summon into their court. Their Majesties summon into their court Vithi Havdestad.
Hello, Your Majesties. I'm here.
Hi, Vithi. How are you?
Good.
So we've also heard about your research, and I'm going to use His Majesty's interrogation tactics on you. If you would tell us, I know you had your ANS entry at the most recent ANS competition in February.
Yes.
Would you tell us a little bit about that?
So that one was for an archery tab, which there's one known to exist in a museum. And I was actually scheduled to go over there. And I was in Ireland in the airport, and we were either going to fly home because of COVID, or we were going to continue our trip and go to England and see the piece. And we flew home. So I didn't get a chance to see the piece, but I was talking with the museum curators about it and have got a preliminary confirmation on one of the things that I was looking at, and that is the string angle. So there's a tab, and most people think about you hold the tab straight up and down with your hand like this, and the string cuts through it. But they actually held it at an angle. So it would actually be held this way. And they're calling it a left-handed tab. But if you have it as a left-handed tab, then you're actually grabbing the string like this and pulling back. And it's a very weak position as opposed to having your elbow up to pull back. So I think I'm going to be able to convince in the write-up and the research that it was actually not a left-handed split finger, but a right-handed 3-finger under, so the arrow sits on top. String angles and impressions from talking with the curators. I haven't seen the piece. I was scheduled to go. We were in the airport. We could take a Ryanair flight to England and try to continue the rest of the trip, or we can take the last Delta flight out of Ireland to come home. We took the last Delta flight and came home.
That was probably wise, but I hope that you'll be able to get to see it someday. And your exhibit at the Kingdom ANS was probably one or two of the only ones I really got to see. We had such a busy day, but it was really impressive, and we really super impressive. So, Kat, we'd like to do this.
As does a brilliant torch illuminate the way, so too do the words of V. Hofstad light the path of knowledge. For his depth in research, construction, and instruction on crossbows, his expert aid in the halls of history, and sharing his vast knowledge, we, Rhi Kieran and Banrian Ellis, grant him entrance into our most honorable order of the Bridget's Flame. Scribe is Marcial de Salas on a blank by Isla von Kiel.
Thank you, Your Majesties.
Scribe is... Oops. Got some feedback there. Very well deserved, and we are glad to do this today. So for Vidi, vivat.
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 Welcome to the order.
Thank you.
Their Majesties summon into their court Hegulfar Arngirson.
Greetings, Your Majesties.
Golfer, how are you?
Doing well, thank you.
So, as you may have figured out, I'd like to ask some questions, find out more about some stuff, and I understand you know a little bit about period jewelry making. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I've been messing around with silversmithing, and it's the best metal ever under a hammer. It loves the heat. It loves, being handled. And you can shape it into just about anything you want, from ring to rod. So, time and patience and flame.
How long have you been working on being a silversmith?
The silversmithing part I'm fairly new to. I've only been really working on that for about 6 to 8 months, but I've been metalworking for about 2 years now.
Nice. Understand you make some beautiful stuff. Hopefully I can see it someday. But we'd like to do this.
We, Kieran the strong and brave of heart, and Ellis the wise and learned, crown of far-flung stellar Northshield, said greetings and salutations to all good gentles who hear these words. We have heard from our dedicated artisans and much beloved populace of the skills of one of our most intrepid metalsmiths. Hegulfar has traveled far, learning the bending of silver on winters across the sea, returning with the valuable skill of beating and bending metal into shapes fair and fantastical. When he is not journeying abroad, expanding and replenishing his hoards of gold, silver, bronze, and copper, and his vast collection of hammers, he has opened his workshop, teaching others to bend and braze, beating into his dedicated students how to keep their own temper in the heat of the sweltering forge, teasing their skills to greater and greater heights, raising their glorious art to levels heretofore unseen within the walls of forges, hot and heady with the smell of metal, glowing hot under the fearsome blows of his hammer. Copper and brass twist within his capable fingers, forming themselves into glorious rings, bracelets, and torques. Silver shines as bright as the stars in the inky blackness of the night sky after its metamorphosis in the fire and flame of his forge. Our fierce and noble kingdom is built upon the industry and passions of our populace. Hegulfer's hammer rings as the heartbeat of our realm, infecting others with a steadfast thrum. The beat penetrates throughout the realm, instigating a slow march of knowledge and beauty throughout our far-flung land. For his skills as a metalworker and maker of artisans through dedication to mentoring in the metal arts, we enter him into our most stellar order of the Bridget's Flame, and grant upon him all rights, responsibilities, and dignities as befit a member of our order. Scribe is Marguerite Learchier.
I'm humble. Wow! Wow! And that is my dearest one cheering in the background.
So I don't know if you probably didn't see it since you're on the call with us. On the video, there is an actual, your scroll is a tiny, and it, you probably thought this is a book. It is a book. Your scroll is a little book. And there is a video, so if you should watch the court again. It is gorgeous. It's like a miniature book, super sweet, and maybe we'll share it with you after we're done with court again, so you can actually see. It's just beautiful and gorgeous scroll. So congratulations.
That'd be amazing, and thank you so much.
It's well deserved, and you should thank Marguerite for that thing. That's pretty awesome. So anyway.
I hope I can forge with people in person again. It's a very difficult art to teach from afar.
Oh, I know.
Absolutely. For Hegulfer, vivant.
Vivant.
Vivant. Woo, welcome to the order.
Welcome to the order. Your Majesties, I actually have some business in your court. May I address your populace?
Yes.
Absolutely.
First, a history lesson. In the 16th year of the Society, William von Schlussel, Laurel King of Arms, sought to recognize those heralds who had greatly served their kingdom's College of Heralds and the Society's College of Arms, who had as well achieved the highest level of competence in heraldry. To do so, he created the rank of Herald Extraordinary. William Laurel charged the principal heralds of each kingdom with a responsibility for elevating deserving heralds to this rank, and gave them the privilege of granting those heralds the right to a personal heraldic title. That is, one vested in the herald's own person rather than in the territory that they serve. Entirely related, I have located that elusive Keithong who you've been seeking, lo, these many months. It turned out the Keithong was home in Northshield all along. May I call her forth?
Yes, please.
Absolutely.
Mira Fastova, present yourself before their majesties.
I am here.
Mira, you have been our Keithong Herald for nearly 8 years. In that time, you've diligently served the kingdom by facilitating the submissions process for names and armory. You've been consistent and reliable in a position which is difficult and time-intensive. You approach this challenge with joie de vivre and a zeal which I have rarely seen. You are the keystone of our college, as well as being our Keithong. You've been an inspiration to many heralds, both in the kingdom and in the greater society. I don't know what we would do without you. I don't know what I would do without you. Today, to recognize the long and exemplary service to the kingdom and the society, I, Katarina Polaris, Principal Herald of the Kingdom of Northshield, hereby state my intent to exercise this ancient privilege of my office with the following. To Mira Fastova, from Katarina Polaris, Principal Herald, greetings and recommendations. It is known that it is the ancient and honorable charge of a Principal Herald to, from time to time, acknowledge excellence in heraldry as it is shown through a period of service, knowledge, stubbornness, compassion, and skill. It is my right and will to honor you, Mira Fastova, lately known as Keithong, for you have truly kept such things as to be comprised in these articles following. First, Whensoever charged, you have done the task set before you as honorably and truly as your will and reason can serve you, greatly to the advantage of the realm and the college, and always keeping them secret, or not, each to its measure, for many years and many tenures. You have shown your true desire to be every day more cunning than the day before, so as you may be better furnished to teach others and execute with more wisdom and eloquence the messages and charges entrusted to you by virtue of the office to which you are installed forthwith. You have shown your diligence to have the knowledge of all nobles and gentles within your march, those with names and those who should bear coats of arms, or who do presently bear these arms, and such arms that they bear with service and grace to others, and to ensure their prompt registry with the College of Arms. You have shown that you teach all heralds and ease them in such doubts as they move and learn the mysteries and secrets of heraldry, and to keep from month to month your records. You have observed and kept to your cunning and power all such oaths as you have made to honor the noblesse and integrity of living, and always more ready to grant grace than to blame, and to register all acts of honor in a manner and form as they be done, and to say by the crown, your estate, and your own self, the truth. For these reasons and other secret reasons, I, Katarina Polaris, by the power of the ancient estate of Principal Herald, do name and mark you as a Herald Extraordinary, to be invested with this office and the rights, dignities, and duties therein, to receive the right to a title of your choosing with the consent and will of the College of Arms, and to be raised in rank so all may know the great esteem in which you are held. By my hand, word, and seal, Katarina Polaris, based off the oaths of heralds from the Black Book of the Admiralty, circa 1360 in England, scroll by Countess Guinevere Virge Owen at Morgan, text by myself.
Thank you so much.
You were asking, I posted that thing and you were asking where I had found all this stuff and why I was looking for these ceremonies, and I had to make something up. So that was the challenge.
You have no idea how much this means to me.
You have no idea how much you mean to me and to the college. Thank you so much for your service for these many, many years, and we look forward to many more. Thank you.
Thank you. And Your Majesties, thank you for allowing Polaris to recognize me in this way.
Yes, it's our pleasure. Great pleasure to do this.
For Mira, Herald Extraordinary, vivat!
Vivat!
I don't know if you saw it earlier, but there we commissioned Hara Hana to do a picture of you riding a Keithon. So we'll share that later after court.
Okay.
All right.
Shall we move on?
Yes, we shall.
All right. Their Majesty summon Angered Vert Reese.
You almost. I believe Angharad is not here. Was one of our attendants that wasn't going to be able to make it today. Angharad is a gifted head cook and does lots of research and planning and supervising feasts for the annual event Road to the Isles, and most recently for a fall coronation. Her meticulous documentation and willingness to learn new culinary techniques and teach them to others via hosting the monthly Cooks Guild, and not to mention her unfailing production of tasty and satisfying feasts. And we need our cooks in SCA. So will you read the scroll?
Quality has been witnessed in the cooking skills of our subject, Angered Vert Reese, and many are the taste buds that have been tantalized and the appetite sated at her feasts. It is the will of Ree Kieran and Bonrian Ellis that she be recognized and receive the award of the Black Flame. Scribe is Catriona.
So, Angharad, vivat!
Vivat!
Vivat! Vivat!
Sorry you couldn't join us today, but we'll be getting your scroll to you.
You know, speaking of Catriona, I think she needs to come into court. You think?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Their Majesties summon into their court Catriona Ingen Cream Thin.
Hi.
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 So we're going to talk about ANS. Oh, wait a minute. We already did that. Let's talk about something else. Scrolls, right? You do scrolls? Is that correct?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Can you, how about, I was curious, like, what are some of your favorite scrolls that you've done?
Easily the scroll that I did for Mahir, the one, it was the Byzantine, it was done on black. it took 16 hours to do, and that is by far my favorite scroll that I've done.
What, and then just curious, what made it so special? Like, what did you have to do for that?
It was my first time ever working on black paper. It was my first time ever attempting Byzantine design. So it was a challenge.
Nice. Have you just stuck with paper? Or have you done other mediums as well?
I have done stone scrolls. In fact, my first stone thing scroll was a 30-pound rock that I claimed from the lakeshore of Lake Superior.
Whoa, that's a big one.
Yes.
So
I've made sure that subsequent ones are smaller.
what's the smallest one that you've done then?
I think the smallest scroll that I've ever done was a little 3x5.
Nice.
Index card.
You've gone the whole gamut pretty much, right?
I've tried.
So have you kept this to yourself, or have you shared this knowledge?
I've held a few classes. I've tried to teach at little moots here and there.
Absolutely. And we have easily recognized your skills. I mean, it is impossible to sit in this chair and not know of the work that you've done and the wonders that you created for our kingdom. So we are like-minded to do this.
Catriona is honored by Kieran and Ellis, Crowns of Northshield, by entering her into the Order of Bridget's Flame. Gerther cut these runes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I mean, it's a no-brainer, and we're so happy to be able to give this award to you. And we wanted you to not know exactly what we were doing, so we had a little shenanigans, but we also wanted you to be able to share about the ANS exchange. So thank you for doing that as well, which is also a great service to us. And so thank you so much for everything you've done.
Thank you so much. I'm truly humbled. Thank you.
You're welcome. For Catriona, vivat.
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 Welcome to the order.
Thank you.
Their Majesties summon into their court Luca Verkwillem.
Salute, Your Majesties.
Hello. I'm glad you could join us tonight. We've also heard a lot of good news about your cooking, on how you researched and looking for period cooking, and you've done feasts for 12th night and gladly taught others how to do feasts. Since you started cooking, you've brought homemade cheese and other items to folk moots, and you have planned and cooked feasts for lunches for 12th night and Schützenfest and Harvest Home, and any other events in Nordscogan. Is that right?
Yes, Your Majesty, it is.
So to honor you with that, we'd like to do this.
A warm hearth and plentiful larder allows a generous host to fill many appetites. Such is the word fame of Luca Verkwillem for her homemade cheese, teaching period cooking skills, and cooking an unknown number of feasts. We, Ellis and Kieran, make her a member of the Order of the Bridget's Flame. Scribe is Judith Krahe.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
We've heard such good works about you. We felt you were worthy entrance into this order, so we're glad to do that today.
Thank you. I'll get back to you when my inner child is finished digesting the.
No, I forgot how you say your name. So sorry.
Lucky works.
Lucky. For Lucky. Vivat.
Vivat.
Vivat. Vivat.
Welcome to the order.
Welcome to the order.
Their Majesties summon into their court Miriam Painter.
I'm here.
Hello, Miriam. How are you?
Good.
So before we all got shut down, I had the pleasure of going to one of your practices, and I had an excellent time there playing with you all, and I hope that was received as well. And I just wanted to tell you how much I was impressed by not only your abilities and skills, but your willingness to learn and seek new knowledge. And it was an honor to play with you. I want you to have an opportunity to speak. So could you just tell us a little bit about your journey as a heavy fighter?
Um, I really have no idea. Really just been having a lot of fun and learning, pretty much asking anybody what they like to do for the fighting and what they would recommend.
That's all right. I didn't mean to put you that much on the spot. I just wanted you to have the opportunity to share your story, and so I'd like to. I can't wait till we can play again, and I get to play with you some more. And it's such a joy when you get to play with somebody who's having as much fun as you are with this game. So we'd like to do this.
May all gentles and nobles know that we, Kieran and Ellis, right-wise sovereigns of Northshield, do make unto Miriam Painter this award of the Griffin and Sword. Scribe is Gebhard von Baden.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well deserved, very much well deserved, and I'm very honored to be able to be the one to be able to give this to you. It's again, once again, it's a joy to be able to play and have people like you in our game. So, for Miriam, vivat!
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 Their Majesties summon into their court, Heimdall.
Here, Your Majesty.
Greetings. Glad you could join us this evening. We've heard a lot of good things about you in the fighting community, and maybe you could tell us a little bit about your journey becoming a fighter and becoming a marshal and all that.
It started back in 2017 at Quest here in South Dakota. I actually authorized it with Ajax, and then shortly after that, I became a marshal in training. I've been working on that for a while and just been fighting every day.
It's great, and you really enjoy fighting and sharing your knowledge with everyone there. And
I do.
them. Yeah. So to honor you with that, we'd like to give you this.
Griffin and Sword, Heimdall, Kieran and Ellis. Scribe is Cadian Bladebreaker, Count of Countless Words.
We felt
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. We felt you really deserve this, so we'll hopefully get it to you as soon as possible.
Awesome. Thank you, Your Majesty.
For Heimdall, vivat.
Vivat!
Vivat! Vivat!
Their Majesties summon into their court, Leodin Ingen Kielech.
I'm here, Your Majesties.
How are you doing?
Well, I'm here.
Sometimes that's all you can ask for. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. we've been recognizing fighters that have taken the next step in their fighting level, and we understand that you have been doing that as well as working on your MIT, or your martial in training. Is that true?
I've been trying. It's kind of hard to get any sign-offs lately, but working on it.
Yeah, I totally understand. I totally understand. Can you tell us a little bit about before we were able to stop fighting, how you've been working with fighting and helping progress, not only yourself but other people?
I have been working primarily actually with the long sword, longer bastard sword, because it just talks to me better. And then working on making my armor actually work with my body versus fighting the armor and the body. I spend a lot of time with my knight, Sir John's, helping build other armor and learning from him.
Well, I know that I've appreciated all the times that we've got to play together and just our conversations, and I know that this is a passion of yours and that you've worked really hard with not only your fighting but with your armor. So we would like to do this.
Griffin and Sword, Leoden Inging Kelech, Kieran and Ellis. Scribe is Katie and Bladebreaker, Count of Countless Words.
I appreciate it, Your Majesties. I'm very honored.
Well deserved. Well deserved. So we're so glad to be able to do this for you. For Leoden, Vivat!
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 All right, so our final award of the evening. Hey, Christiana, how are you doing? You've had to sign through everybody's court. How's that been for you? I don't know if she can hear me.
She says she's good.
Oh, she's good. Excellent.
She's good. I can interpret Sign Herald.
Oh, good. Excellent. Because I can't see her at all, but there you go. My screen is small. Anyway, we're really glad that you were able to do all of the courts tonight. I know that's a lot for a Sign Herald. I know professionally, I think they switch off like every 20 minutes or something like that. We've been going for an hour and almost 20 minutes. We really appreciated you helping us with each court we've done ethereally. And so for that, Julie, will you do the thing?
Unto all who hear or see these letters of Ree, Kieran, and Bonrian Ellis, stellar majesties of Northshield, greeting. On account of multitudinous and indispensable services to her Shire of Avonwood and to the Griffin realm, do we induct Christiana Galliard de Cane into our Order of the Hand of Tyr. Scribe is Cecily of York.
So it's really hard to surprise the people that work on our staff all the time. So we are glad to do this. I don't know if she has sound, does she? No.
She does, but it's off.
Okay.
Because she's signing.
Right.
Silent Herald. Doesn't.
And my TV is ahead or behind. I don't remember which. But
She's making happy hand wavy noises.
Excellent.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. We're so happy to enter you into Hand of Tyr. You so deserve it.
Thank you again.
Awesome. Did you have anything you wanted to say, Kieran?
Yeah, thank you so much for all that you've done. We really do appreciate it. And, you know, this small thank you for everything that you've done to help make this more accessible and more understandable to everyone. And we couldn't have done what we've done without you. So thank you.
So for Christiana, Vivat!
Vivat!
Vivat! Welcome to the order.
Yeah.
Welcome to the order.
So that's pretty much it for our business for awards. We want to thank everyone who's been able to join our court today, everyone that's contributed to that, our court, their excellencies Jarl Vedler and Nordscogan for their willingness to step in and work with us and make this a cooperative effort. Thank you to all the people behind the scenes for making this happen. We also want to thank Hannah for all the artwork that she's done for this Keithong It was been awesome to see all that stuff. It's just beautiful, wonderful work. I want to thank Thora and Kasia and Runa and Ajax for the additional videos that you've done. Thank you for the toy run videos. We will, another bit of news is our crown tournament is going to be, we don't know when we're going to be able to do that. We just want to let everybody know, because of the border crossing and because of the conditions that we currently live in, we're still delaying when we're going to have that. But most likely what's going to happen is that we'll have to seek a variance and extend our reign unless something dramatically changes.
Which I don't think will happen.
Right.
So, and we plan to stick with you until we have heirs. We don't have any intentions of leaving the kingdom without royalty.
Yep.
Is that all?
Have you been seeing any visions?
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of visions of our jester in the plant here, which is very strange. And the images that have been coming through don't look anything like our castle grounds at all. Did you remember to tell the jester to stay in the castle where we were gone?
I was going to, and I forgot. Oh, man, I mean, I really should have. Just those things, we're packing and getting ready to go, and I just didn't know. I just slipped my mind. I guess I should have.
Man. Well, I guess now we'll have to go out and find our jester now that we found the key phone. The world is super dangerous out there right now, and it seems like the jester has been getting in all sorts of trouble. So, yeah. Anyway,
go
ahead.
ahead. I was just going to say, Northshield, hope that you're staying safe, unlike our jester. The next Ethereal Court is going to probably be in August. We have a date penciled in. We just want to, make sure that everything lines up perfectly. But we want everyone to take care, and we can't wait to see everyone again. Ethereal Courts are fun in their own way, but it's nothing like when we're together. And mosquitoes and heat stroke aside, I'd rather be a dub. We all would. I know that's true for everyone. I think that's it.
Yep, that's all I have.
Awesome.
There being no further business, this Ethereal Court of Northshield is now closed. Raise your glass.
Oops.
Long live the Queen.
Long live the Queen.
Long live the Banryan.
Long live the Banryan.
Long live Yara Vettler and Nordscogan.
Long live Yara Vettler and Nordscogan.
Long live the social media officers.
Long live the
social media officers. Long live Northshield.
Long live Northshield.